Hello. Can you tell I've been crying for the last hour? So I had a little interesting little thing happen today because I actually wanted to kind of film my journey of going back into journaling and especially diving into shadow work and that kind of stuff, and I've been hesitant to do it because I don't really know how to format it into a video that would be interesting to watch, but I really think that especially in my clean girl era this is going to be an important step for me to take. And today I had a therapy session. One of my biggest fears was that I go to therapy and essentially I'm gonna cry again, and essentially the therapist tells me that I don't really need therapy because I'm okay. That was like one of my biggest fears, and now turns out 3 therapy sessions later the guy I was seeing tells me that he cannot treat me. And obviously there was a whole thing behind it, but I don't want to get into it too much. But essentially he said that he doesn't think I'm ready for or that I should take a therapy, and that he doesn't know how to help me and he cannot treat me. Which, I mean, I talked to some friends about it already, so I think that's definitely very wrong of him to say. But still, obviously that kind of hurt a little, and it kind of, I mean, it took me really long to start thinking about going to therapy and then actually going. And now that I did it and I had such a bad experience with it, that obviously doesn't make it any easier continuing forwards. However, I thought maybe this is the push I need to start going back into journaling because, I mean, let's be honest, the next time I'm gonna at least have an appointment with a therapist will probably be in like 6 weeks earliest if I call them today, and I don't feel like calling any therapists today, and I don't really want to just lay my whole healing journey on ice, obviously, so I really want to take initiative. And as I said, I've been thinking about journaling a lot, and now I think maybe it's like the push that was needed. Obviously I wish it would have come in a different way, but I don't even know what I'm saying. But I am gonna go back into journaling now, and I actually have started this journal and it's not full yet, and this is a really cute one, and I've gotten like halfway through it, but I feel like this was more like documenting, and this felt very, I mean, obviously it's like structured, you know what I'm saying? Like, it looks good, it's pleasing, it's like everything else I do it like in a good way, but I don't do it authentically. I actually started a new one after talking to Juliana about it because she's, at least in my life, like the queen of journaling because she has been doing it for quite some time, and she said you don't want it to be nice, you want it to be messy, you want it to be raw and true. So I got and started a second one, and I'm really trying to make this feel authentic and real, and writing down whatever I want to, whenever I want to, in whatever shape or form I want to. So I don't want this to be pretty, I want this to help me. I'm saying goodbye to the old perfect Lena, and I'm saying hello to the authentic one. That's kind of like a rough intro, but welcome to my journaling, shadow working, diving deep into my subconscious solo journey without my therapist.
What do I believe? What makes me feel it? To write you this song. 2 hours a day, 5 months and a year. Oh, I loved you too long. You keep blowing me out, I keep holding.
The biggest thing that I just realized is that I used to just recount events and like kind of tell it in a way that maybe if I would go back to reading it again, I would understand what I was doing at that time. It was more like, yeah, just recounting and kind of collecting what I did. And now I feel like I don't do that. I just say what I'm thinking, or I just explain how I'm feeling and why I'm feeling that way. So I think, yeah, that's definitely a little difference I just realized in journaling. So yeah. Now this is a moment
I think where it gets interesting, because right now I just like to read a book or watch something and not really think about what's going on right now. But I think this is exactly the time that you would have to whip your notebook out, so I guess that's what I'm doing now. I also feel a lot of dread towards a lot of future events, so yeah, I'm not gonna make them go away by escaping into another world in a book, but I'm gonna try and note down what I feel like.
Why do you still hurt?
I feel like there's a lot more that I have to say right now, which I think is good.
A future for me. I'm still in this fight. I pray for the night to go easy on me. You keep blowing me out.
My friend Juliana also told me about the morning pages, a concept brought to life by Julia Cameron, the author of a book called The Artist's Way. And the idea is that you basically write 3 pages of your stream of consciousness first thing in the morning before you check your phone or talk to your partner or have a coffee. And the author herself says that the pages clarify your yearnings, they keep an eye on our goals, they may provoke us, coax us, comfort us, even cajole us, as well as prioritize and synchronize the day at hand. So if we are drifting, the pages will point that out. So I did try it. I've only done the morning pages 3 times, but I thought it was a really nice way to start your day, and it definitely keeps me off my phone first thing in the morning, so maybe in the future I can say a little bit more on that, but that's all I have experienced so far.
I keep asking myself, oh, why do you still hurt? Why do you still hurt? Who's wrong and who's right? I cannot decide, 'cause I'm sober tonight.
Hello guys, welcome back. I haven't seen you in a bit. Obviously for you it hasn't been long at all, but it's currently the 28th of December. I just looked it up, started this journaling session and little journey back into it on the 18th, and as I said, now it's the 28th, so it's been officially 10 days of consecutive journaling. I only missed 1 day because it was Christmas and I didn't really have the time because we had that much family over. And I do feel like I'm gonna end the video here and kind of give you a conclusion of kind of where I'm at now, because I think I've kind of made the first little step into a new form of journaling that has really helped me. And so yeah, I wanted to give you a little conclusion to that. I think I do really appreciate it now, and I was a little skeptical in the beginning and that's also the biggest change I've seen, because it felt like so boring and so slow to me, because my thoughts kept coming so quickly that I feel like I couldn't even write it down in time, which was annoying me, and then I thought it was boring and slow. But now I actually feel like, which is incredible to me, and I've only really realized that in the last like 1 or 2 days, I feel like my thoughts come more so in the form of writing now, as in like speed. I feel like they've slowed down to the point of me writing them, so it's not like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and my head is going all over the place, which it used to be, which made me very anxious and like panicky. Now I feel like more so it's like 1 2 3 4, and I can more so keep them under control. I just really feel like I'm thinking slower, which sounds stupid, but honestly makes a lot of sense for me, because as I said, I feel like when I'm thinking, it feels more so like a stream of conscious being written down instead of thinking it. So my thoughts have slowed down to the point where I'm not really getting overstimulated by them anymore and not really like anxiously attached to them anymore, which to me is like such a big difference and such a big plus also. So that is one thing I've noticed, which I am really, really grateful for, that has happened. Writing writing just really helped me to kind of reflect more on what I'm feeling, because it's really hard for me to just go from 100 to 0 and kind of just sit there and try to process my thoughts. And through writing, it felt really easy to kind of be like, okay, what am I feeling? I'm feeling a little anxious. Maybe I'm feeling anxious because there's so much going on, or I haven't taken a break, or you know what I'm saying? Like, it feels easier to have the mid step of having a journal out instead of just going from doing to feeling, because that's really hard for me, as I've noticed. In general, I've noticed that I'm not really attuned to my feelings at all. So that's also something that I'm really grateful for, honestly. And then what also feels really good is I don't usually open up a lot of my worries and stuff to people other than Luis. And then when I feel like I have repeatedly talked about something and I think that somebody else might get annoyed by me bringing it up again, this doesn't get annoyed. You know what I'm saying? Like, this doesn't care how often I bring something up. This doesn't care how neatly and grittily I'm gonna go into a topic. This doesn't care how long I need to process something. It's just there for me, which is incredible. The fact that I can give myself as much time as I need to be able to process something or think something through with this, where it feels like more of a dialogue instead of just thinking it on my own by myself, is the third thing that I was really appreciating about this. I do feel like now, like right now, because I am more rested than I was when I started this, as you could probably tell, I feel like I'm done with kind of just like writing 3 pages a day, just because it doesn't really feel like there's a lot happening, which for me now is a sign that I would rather go into like shadow work prompts that kind of give me something that I could then dissect or go into or see the emotional value of it. I really have seen the benefits of this, and I will definitely incorporate it into more of my routine and into more of just my daily life. And so yeah, I think this is the end of this journaling video. I'm really excited to see where it's gonna take me next and if I'm gonna be able to document it as well. Thank you so much for watching. I really do hope that you enjoyed. I know this was a really tough video also for me to film, especially in the beginning. But that's what the clean girl era is for, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now and what I'm feeling, so I think it has a place to be shared. I really hope you did enjoy, and I will see you next week with another video. Bye bye!